Let me ask you something simple but important. When was the last time you really thought about your teeth? Not just brushing or flossing, but really considered what's going on inside your mouth, the way your gums feel, how your bite lands, whether your smile still feels like you. If you're over 60, chances are you've already experienced a few changes. Maybe your teeth feel more sensitive. Maybe food tastes a little different. Or maybe, and this is more common than most people admit, you've started to avoid smiling in photos because your teeth just don't look the way they used to. You're not alone. As we age, it's easy to assume that dental problems are just part of getting older. That losing teeth is normal. That dentures or implants are just around the corner. But here's the truth most people don't say out loud: it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, we're going to talk about how you, yes, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, can protect your teeth, keep your smile bright, and enjoy eating, laughing, and living without pain or embarrassment. It's not about perfection. It's about health, confidence, and comfort. And I promise you, with just a few simple habits, you can make a big difference. So let's start with something basic that too many of us skip over: hydration. I know, you've heard it before: drink more water. But do you know what happens to your mouth when you don't? Your body produces less saliva. And saliva isn't just there to moisten your mouth, it's your first line of defense against bacteria, food buildup, and gum disease. When your mouth is dry, bacteria thrive. That's why dry mouth is one of the top causes of bad breath and tooth decay in older adults. It can sneak up on you, especially if you're taking certain medications like blood pressure pills, antidepressants, or allergy meds, all of which can reduce saliva production. So the next time you feel a dry mouth coming on, don't ignore it. Sip some water. Keep a bottle nearby. Suck on sugar-free lozenges or chew xylitol gum if it's safe for you. Small steps like that, they keep your mouth healthy and your breath fresh, naturally. And speaking of keeping things clean, let's talk about brushing. Not just doing it, but doing it right. Brushing your teeth after 60 isn't the same as it was in your 20s. Your gums might be more sensitive. Your grip may not be as strong. And many people end up brushing too hard, thinking it helps, but it actually causes more harm, wearing down enamel and irritating the gums. Here's a gentle tip: switch to a soft bristled electric toothbrush. Let the brush do the work for you. Angle it at 45 degrees toward your gum line and move slowly. 2 minutes, twice a day, not just rushing through. It's like giving your mouth a little massage. Gentle, thorough, respectful. And don't forget your tongue. It holds onto bacteria like a sponge. A quick brush or a tongue scraper can do wonders for your breath and your overall oral hygiene. Now, I know some of you may already have dentures, partials, or implants, and maybe you think, well, I don't have real teeth anymore, so I'm off the hook. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your gums and oral tissues still matter, a lot. And they need just as much care. Food particles and bacteria can still build up, leading to sores, infections, and even issues that affect your heart health. Yes, there's a direct connection between gum disease and things like stroke and heart disease. So whether you've got all your original teeth, some replacements, or none at all, your mouth is still sending signals to your entire body. Taking care of it isn't just about cosmetics, it's about lifelong health. And let me tell you a quick story here. One of my neighbors, Richard, he's 72, retired from the post office, told me he'd stopped going to the dentist after he turned 65. He said, "Why bother? I've got a couple implants and I use mouthwash." But one day, he started getting headaches. Then a sore on his gum wouldn't go away. A checkup revealed a gum infection that had started to affect the bone beneath one of his implants. All because he thought the work was done. Now, he goes for a checkup every 6 months and swears he'll never skip again. "I want to eat steak when I'm 90, he says with a laugh. And I want that for you, too. Because this isn't about being vain. It's not about having a Hollywood smile. It's about keeping your independence, your confidence, and your freedom. Being able to bite into an apple, to laugh without covering your mouth, to speak clearly, to kiss your grandkids without worrying about loose dentures or sore gums. That's why this matters. And that's why, now that we've talked about hydration, brushing, and honoring your entire mouth, we're ready to move into even more practical steps you can take to protect your smile for years to come. Let's keep going. Because your smile, it still has so much joy left to share. So now that we've covered the essentials, drinking more water, brushing gently, and caring for your whole mouth, not just your teeth, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: what you eat. Yes, your diet plays a huge role in your dental health. Not just the obvious stuff like sugar or soda, but even some so-called healthy foods can quietly do damage if we're not careful. Let's start with a common culprit: sticky snacks. You know the ones: dried fruits, granola bars, caramel-coated nuts. They seem harmless, maybe even healthy. But what happens is this: bits of them stick to the grooves of your molars, especially if you've got any gaps or dental work. And when they sit there too long, they feed bacteria, which leads to decay, even under crowns or around dentures. That doesn't mean you have to give up all your favorite treats. But it does mean you should rinse your mouth or brush your teeth after eating them. Even a simple swish of water can help knock loose the worst of it until you get to your toothbrush. Now on the flip side, there are foods that actually help your teeth, and you might already be eating some of them. Crunchy veggies like carrots, celery, and apples. They naturally scrub your teeth while you chew, increase saliva, and provide important vitamins like vitamin C, which supports your gums. Calcium-rich foods like yogurt, cheese, and leafy greens. They help keep your teeth strong and your jawbone healthy, especially as bone density tends to drop with age. A little tweak in your grocery list can have a lasting effect on your smile and your energy, too. And while we're talking about habits, let's not ignore a big one: smoking. Now, if you've never smoked, that's wonderful. But if you have, or maybe you still do, this is your gentle reminder: it's never too late to quit. Smoking not only stains your teeth, it dries out your mouth, damages your gums, and slows down healing. It makes dental implants more likely to fail, increases your risk of oral cancer, and even reduces your ability to taste food. I had a lovely woman named Darlene, 68 years old, tell me she quit smoking not because of lung concerns, but because she started noticing her gums pulling back and her dentures not fitting the same way. Her dentist told her, "If you don't stop now, we'll have to redo everything." That was enough of a wake-up call. She said quitting wasn't easy, but the first time she smiled and saw her gums looking pink and healthy again, "I felt like I'd turned back the clock," she said. If you're still smoking, don't be ashamed. Just know you're not stuck. Support is out there. And your mouth, your whole body, will thank you for every day you go without it. Now, let's shift to something a bit lighter but just as important: seeing your dentist regularly. I know. After 60, the idea of sitting in a dental chair isn't exactly exciting. Maybe you've had a bad experience before. Maybe you don't like the cost. Maybe you're just used to handling problems only when they show up. But here's the thing: by the time a dental issue hurts, it's usually already serious. A small cavity can become a root canal. A little swelling can lead to infection. A loose crown can turn into an extraction. Prevention is cheaper, kinder, easier. And a good dentist, one who understands seniors and respects your experience, won't judge you. They'll work with you. Ask around, read reviews, and don't settle. You deserve care that makes you feel safe and respected. Even if you wear dentures or partials, regular checkups still matter. Your mouth changes shape over time. Your gums shift. What once fit perfectly might suddenly start rubbing or slipping. And let's be honest, loose dentures in the middle of a conversation or meal. It's uncomfortable. But it's also preventable. A quick adjustment can save you months of frustration. Finally, I want to talk about something a little deeper, and that's confidence. Because dental health isn't just about chewing or brushing. It's about how you feel when you open your mouth to speak, to laugh, to smile. So many seniors I've met tell me the same thing. I used to love smiling, but now I'm embarrassed. And it breaks my heart every time. Because you still deserve to be proud of your smile. You still deserve to feel attractive, expressive, and seen. One man, Joseph, told me he hadn't smiled in photos for over a decade. My grandkids have never seen my teeth, he said. But after a few small changes, a professional cleaning, a whitening tray, a replacement crown, he beamed. You could see the light return in his face. And you know what he said? I feel like myself again. That's the power of dental health. It's not about vanity. It's about identity, comfort, connection. And if that means getting a second opinion, updating your hygiene routine, or simply forgiving yourself for years of neglect, do it. Today is a great day to begin again. Now that we've covered nutrition, smoking, and dental visits, there's just one more piece to this whole mouth approach, and it's all about what happens between those appointments. Because dental care is daily, personal, empowering. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Because your smile still has a job to do, and it deserves the very best care you can give it. So, now that we've gone through hydration, brushing properly, eating smarter, avoiding smoking, and keeping up with regular checkups, let's focus on the day-to-day habits that hold everything together. Because here's something not many people talk about: what you do between dental visits is what truly makes the biggest difference in your long-term oral health. It's not about having perfect teeth. It's about creating a rhythm, a routine that fits your lifestyle and supports your independence, confidence, and well-being. Let's start with something simple: flossing. I know. That word again. Most people hear floss and immediately feel a little guilty. You might even be thinking, I'm too old to start flossing now. But let me tell you something, it's never too late. Flossing doesn't just remove food, it disrupts plaque that builds between teeth and under the gum line. That's where gum disease starts. That's where bone loss begins. And the best part? You don't even need to use the string if your hands aren't as steady as they used to be. There are amazing tools out there now: water flossers, floss picks, soft interdental brushes, designed specifically for seniors who need a little help with dexterity. Even spending 1 minute a day targeting those small spaces can change everything. I had a friend named Martha, she's 73, who told me, I didn't think flossing mattered anymore because I have a bridge. But once she started using a water flosser daily, she stopped getting those inflamed gums and surprise bleeding. I didn't realize how fresh my mouth could feel again, she said. It's like I got back a part of myself. That's what small habits can do. Another thing? Stay consistent with your nighttime care. We've all had those evenings, you're tired, you've had a long day, and you think, I'll just skip brushing this one time. But at night, your saliva flow slows down. That means your mouth doesn't clean itself as well. So if bacteria are left on your teeth and gums overnight, they do more damage than they would during the day. Think of your nightly brushing as an act of self-respect. A 2-minute investment in your peace of mind. A moment of care for the body that's carried you this far. And if you wear dentures or retainers, clean them every single night. Take them out, soak them, and let your mouth breathe. Sleeping in dentures increases your risk of infections, and you deserve restful sleep, not discomfort. Now, let's talk about something even deeper, something that might not be in your dental manual but makes all the difference: your attitude toward aging and self-care. Because your smile reflects how you feel about yourself. If you tell yourself, I'm too old to care, your body hears that. It responds. It withdraws. But if you say, I still matter, my smile still matters, then something beautiful happens. You start showing up differently. You sit straighter. You speak clearer. You look people in the eye again. You start living with the confidence that your age has earned you. And here's what I want you to remember most of all. You are not a burden. You are not past your prime. You are not someone who should fade quietly into the background. You are a person with stories still to tell, with laughter still to share, with warmth that can still light up a room. And your smile? It's the gateway to all of that. So whether your teeth are natural or not, whether you've been to the dentist recently or not, whether your gums are sensitive or strong, you can start now. Start by drinking more water, by brushing softer, by flossing, even just once this week, by eating one crunchy vegetable a day, by making your next dental appointment, even if you've been putting it off. Every small step you take is an act of power, of presence, of self-love. Because you deserve to smile freely, proudly, joyfully, every single day. So go ahead. Look in the mirror and show yourself that smile. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's missing a few teeth, even if it's changed over the years, it's yours. And it still matters. If you found this video helpful, take a second to like and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy, happy, and independent after 60. And please, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share your story, your favorite tip, or even just a smile emoji if you're feeling good today. Here's to your health. Here's to your confidence. And here's to keeping your smile bright at any age.